My beloved child. Something huge is waiting for you, and before this night ends, you are going to realize why your daughter's energy has been calling out to you so intensely. You may not hear her voice right now, but her heart, her spirit, her unspoken prayers, they are all reaching toward you. Tonight is not a normal night. Something is shifting around her, something only you can feel, even if she hasn't said a single word. And the moment you understand what heaven is showing, you will never look at this night the same way again. Stay till the end, because a truth is rising that will shake you. Amen. 111. A new whisper enters the room. Your child, the very soul heaven trusted you with, has been carrying a weight she didn't want to place on your shoulders. Not because she doesn't trust you, but because she sees your strength, and she didn't want to add to your burdens. But tonight, her silence is louder than any cry. Something she discovered, something she overheard, something she felt deep inside, is pushing her spirit to reach out to you. Her energy trembles as if she's saying, please stay. Don't scroll. I need you right now. And heaven is urging me to tell you, you're about to find out why. Amen. 222. Another sign unfolds before you. All day, she tried to act normal, but her eyes gave away the truth. Her thoughts wandered, her emotions flickered, and her heart kept whispering your name. She didn't want to alarm you, but she couldn't hide the shift happening inside her. Something she saw today, something that changed what she believed, something that made her question everything around her, is the reason her spirit is pulling you into this message. She doesn't need your money. She doesn't need your advice. She needs your presence. Because the revelation coming next is going to connect every dot you've been ignoring. And when you understand it, you will say, this message came exactly on time. Amen. 333. My cherished soul. Something huge is waiting for you, and before this night turns into tomorrow, a truth about your daughter will rise like a storm you never saw coming. All day, she has been fighting an emotion she can no longer control. She tried to smile, she tried to distract herself, she tried to pretend everything was normal, but heaven says her spirit finally broke its silence. She needs you to feel what she cannot say. Because tonight, her heart is trembling with a secret she didn't want to carry alone anymore. And the moment you hear it, your entire world will shift. Amen. 444. A new revelation awakens. Your daughter has been watching you, noticing every sacrifice, every silent struggle, every moment you stayed strong when you had every reason to fall apart. And today, she heard something about you, that shattered her heart. Someone mentioned your name in a way that made her freeze. Someone exposed a truth, a plan, or a conversation that made her realize, you've been protecting her more than she ever understood. That's why she needs you tonight. Not because she is weak, but because she finally knows the depth of your love, and the depth of what you've been hiding from her so she could grow without fear. Amen. 555. The next sign is rising before your eyes. There is a moment she replayed in her mind the entire day. Your smile, your voice, your presence, and suddenly, she understood something heaven has been trying to show her for months. She realized how much of her strength actually comes from you. How much of her courage was built on your foundation. And it scared her, because today, she realized she has not told you something important. Something that will not only touch your heart, but might break it for a moment before healing it completely. Heaven says she wants to talk to you, but she doesn't know how to begin. That's why this message reached you. Her spirit is asking you to be ready, to stay, to listen. Because the truth she is carrying is going to change everything. Amen. 666. My awakened child. Something huge is waiting for you, and the energy around your daughter is growing stronger by the minute. Tonight, her spirit is trembling with a mixture of fear and hope, as if she knows that revealing this truth could either free her or break her. She's been rehearsing the words in her mind, rewriting them again and again, but every time she tries to speak, her voice disappears. Heaven says she is standing at an emotional doorway, unable to move forward without you. And this moment, this exact moment, is the one her soul has been preparing for. Amen. 777. A deeper truth begins to surface. Your daughter didn't just overhear something today, she realized something. A truth about her past, her future, or someone connected to her life, something that instantly made her heart rush toward you. She felt a sudden pull, a magnetic force drawing her into your energy. And for the first time, she understood that you were not just her parent, you were the shield heaven placed in her life. She felt a strange heaviness in the air, as if the universe itself whispered, "Go to them. They are the only one who can guide you now." That's why tonight is not random. It's divinely timed. Amen. 888. Another sign unfolds like a hidden page revealing itself. Your daughter has been carrying a fear, one she thought she could handle on her own. But today, that fear grew into a question she cannot answer alone. It could be about a friend who betrayed her trust, a choice she regrets, a secret she found, or a truth she finally uncovered. Whatever it is, heaven says it is bigger than her heart can hold. And the moment she felt herself breaking, she reached for the one person she knows will never let her fall, you. Her soul whispered your name because only your presence can calm the storm she's hiding inside. Tonight, she doesn't just need your words, she needs your energy, your comfort, your strength. And you are about to find out why. Amen. 999. My trembling-hearted child. Something huge is waiting for you. And heaven says tonight your daughter is standing on the edge of a truth she can no longer hide. Her emotions have reached a point where silence has started to hurt her more than the truth itself. She tried to convince herself that she could deal with it alone, but her heart kept breaking in the same place every time she tried. And now, her spirit has surrendered. She needs you, not later, not tomorrow, but tonight, because the truth she's carrying has reached its breaking point. Amen. 1111. A new layer of revelation rises like a hidden wave. Your daughter came face to face with something that shook her belief in herself. Something she trusted fell apart. Someone she counted on disappointed her in a way she never expected. She may be acting brave, but inside, she is collapsing under the weight of a moment that changed everything. She doesn't want to burden you, but heaven says her soul is calling out because you're the only one who can reconnect her to her own strength. She needs your voice, your presence, your grounding energy. The moment you give it, her entire emotional world will begin to stabilize. Amen. 1212. And here comes the most powerful sign yet. There is something she discovered, an unexpected truth, a hidden message, a conversation she wasn't supposed to hear, and it opened a door she was not emotionally ready to walk through. It's not dangerous, it's not harmful, but it is life-changing. And she fears you might look at her differently once you know it. That fear is the only thing stopping her from speaking. But heaven says, tonight is the night she needs your reassurance more than anything else. Because the truth she is holding is not meant to break your bond, it is meant to deepen it. Stay ready. A revelation is approaching that will pull your heart toward hers in a way you haven't felt in years. Amen. 1313. My illuminated child. Something huge is waiting for you. And heaven says the moment you finish hearing this part, your heart will feel the exact pull your daughter has been feeling all day. Tonight, she is standing in a moment where her spirit is softer, more vulnerable, more open than it has been in a long time. She tried to be strong, but her strength cracked at the edges. She tried to smile, but her eyes kept filling with a truth she couldn't hold back. And now, her soul is whispering the same message again and again, please come closer. I need you. This pull is not random, this is divine timing unfolding right in front of you. Amen. 1414. A deeper emotional storm is rising. Your daughter replayed a moment from her past today, something she thought she had healed from, something she believed was forgotten. But a sudden memory, a sudden feeling, or a sudden trigger brought everything rushing back at once. It wasn't an accident. It was heaven reopening a wound so that you could help close it. She doesn't know how to explain it, because she herself doesn't fully understand why the memory suddenly felt so heavy again. But heaven says, your presence is the medicine her soul is reaching for tonight. And once you offer it, she will release something she has held inside for far too long. Amen. 1515. And now the revelation begins to take shape. She found out something today that made her question her worth, her choices, her path. It could be a message she saw, a comment someone made about her, or a truth she stumbled upon accidentally. Whatever it was, it made her heart shrink for a moment, felt like the world suddenly got too loud for her to handle. But in that same moment, she remembered you. She remembered the safety, the warmth, the unspoken reassurance your presence always gave her. That's why heaven guided her spirit straight to you tonight. Because the truth she is about to reveal is not meant to scare you. It is meant to unite your hearts in a way no distance, no silence, no fear could break again. Amen. 1616. My chosen child. Something huge is waiting for you, and heaven says tonight your daughter's spirit is standing at a point where her truth is almost ready to break through. She has been holding herself together with trembling hands, pretending nothing is wrong, pretending she is fine, because she didn't want you to worry. But the truth is, her heart has reached a point where silence has become heavier than the truth she's trying to hide. Her energy is shaking, her thoughts are circling, and her soul is whispering with urgency, please. I can't carry this alone anymore. And this moment, this exact moment, is when you're meant to feel her. Amen. 1717. The air around her shifted today. Something she heard or saw didn't just upset her, it changed the direction of her thoughts. It made her question whether she is truly prepared for a choice she is about to face. A truth surfaced that she wasn't expecting, a truth connected to her trust, her safety, or her own identity. She felt something she has never felt so strongly before. A mix of fear, confusion, and longing for your guidance. And the moment that overwhelming emotion hit her, she realized you are not just her parent, you are her safe place. That is why her soul pulled your energy tonight. She needs your comfort before she crosses into the next emotional chapter of her life. Amen. 18:18. And now comes the moment where heaven urges you not to look away. Your daughter has a confession, a truth she has been burying deep inside her chest. Not something wrong, not something shameful, but something deeply emotional. Something she feels guilty about, something she fears might disappoint you, or something she thinks will change the way you look at her. And the only thing stopping her from speaking is the fear of losing your approval. But heaven says clearly, this truth is not meant to break your heart, it's meant to bring your hearts closer than ever before. Tonight, she wants to speak. Tonight, she wants to release everything. Tonight, she needs you more than she has ever needed anyone. Prepare your heart, because the next part will take you straight into the core of the truth she has been hiding. Amen. 19:19. My unfolding child. Something huge is waiting for you, and heaven says this is the moment where the truth your daughter has been carrying begins to rise like a tide that can no longer be held back. Her silence today wasn't distance, her silence was fear mixed with love. She didn't want to disappoint you. She didn't want to worry you. She didn't want to add her pain to your already heavy shoulders. But the truth inside her is pressing harder and harder, and her spirit is begging her to release it before it consumes her completely. Tonight, her heart is standing inches away from breaking open. Amen. 2020. The emotional revelation is getting clearer. Your daughter didn't just remember something today, she realized something. A truth about her own heart that she's been denying for months. She tried to ignore it, tried to hide it, tried to bury it so deep that nobody, not even you, could sense it. But today something triggered it. Maybe a message she received, a moment she witnessed, or a sudden wave of emotion that hit her without warning. And in that moment, she understood. I need to tell them. I can't fight this alone anymore. Her soul is cracking open, not because she is weak, but because she finally knows that healing cannot begin until she shares what's been tearing her apart from the inside. Amen. 2121. And now the strongest sign reveals itself. There is someone she trusted deeply, someone she believed would always protect her, someone she leaned on emotionally. And that person said or did something today that shattered a piece of her heart. It wasn't violent, it wasn't harmful, but it was enough to create a wound she couldn't patch on her own. She feels confused, betrayed, or suddenly unsure about her choices. And the moment she felt herself sinking emotionally, she reached for you in her mind. Because she knows one thing with absolute certainty. When the world scares her, you're the only one who makes everything safe again. The truth she is about to reveal is not small, this is the truth that has been shaping her behavior, her emotions, and her dreams without you noticing. Be ready. The next part will bring you closer to the heart of her secret than ever before. Amen. 2222. My deeply guided child. Something huge is waiting for you. And heaven says tonight your daughter is standing in the most vulnerable emotional doorway of her life. Her breath is unsteady, her thoughts are tangled, and her heart is beating with a truth she has been terrified to acknowledge, yet unable to ignore. She has reached the point where hiding her feelings has become more painful than revealing them. And what she is about to tell you will not only surprise you, it will touch a part of your soul that you didn't know was still open. Amen. 2323. A new dimension of the truth emerges. Your daughter didn't simply get hurt, she found out something that changed the way she looks at someone close to her. A conversation she overheard, a message she discovered, or a behavior she noticed opened her eyes in a way she wasn't prepared for. She realized that the person she trusted, the person she leaned on emotionally, was not who she thought they were. This realization didn't just confuse her, it shook her. It forced her to question her judgment, her decisions, and the people around her. And in that moment of emotional collapse, her soul did something instinctive, it called your name. Because she knows that even if the world lies to her, you never will. Amen. 2424. And now the heart of her secret begins to breathe. Your daughter is afraid to say this out loud, but she has been carrying guilt, fear, and confusion inside her because of something she kept from you. Not because it was bad, not because it was wrong, but because she didn't know how you would react. She thought maybe you would be disappointed, or maybe you wouldn't understand, or maybe you would think she made a mistake. But heaven says the truth she's hiding is not a mistake, it's a moment that changed her. A moment that made her feel small, unsure, lost. A moment that made her question if she truly knows the people around her. And she needs you tonight because she cannot heal from this without feeling your reassurance, your warmth, your unconditional love. Prepare your heart, because the next part will take you directly into the center of the truth she has been fighting to speak. Amen. 2525. My awakening child. Something huge is waiting for you, and heaven says tonight is the closest your daughter has ever been to revealing the truth she has been carrying like a silent wound. Her heart is trembling, her breath is uneven, and her spirit is standing right between fear and relief. She wants to speak, but the weight of her emotions keeps choking the words before they reach her lips. She's terrified that once she says it, everything will change. But she's even more terrified of holding it inside any longer. And that's why her soul is pushing this message toward you with unstoppable force. Amen. 2626. The emotional storm inside her becomes clearer. Your daughter has been pretending to be okay for far longer than you realize. She has been smiling when she was breaking, showing strength when she was exhausted, and pushing herself through days that felt heavier than they should. What triggered her today wasn't just a message or a memory. It was the truth she saw with her own eyes. A truth she wasn't prepared for. Maybe she found out someone lied to her. Maybe she realized someone she trusted was hiding something. Maybe she discovered a truth about herself that frightened her. Whatever it was, it cracked something inside her heart. And once it cracked, all the emotions she had suppressed began to rise like a wave she could no longer push back. Amen. 2727. And now comes the part that will touch your soul the deepest. Your daughter is not just hiding a moment, she is hiding an emotion. A powerful one. She has been feeling alone in a room full of people. She has been hurting quietly because she didn't want to add chaos to your life. She has been watching you struggle, sacrifice, suffer, and she thought, how can I tell them what I'm going through when they are already carrying so much? But heaven says this clearly. Her truth will not break you, it will strengthen both of you. Tonight, she needs to feel your presence before she speaks. Tonight, she needs the reassurance that you will not judge her. Tonight, she needs the comfort that only your heart can give. Stay right here, because the next part is where her truth begins to reveal itself piece by piece. Amen. 2828. My divinely guided child. Something huge is waiting for you, and heaven says tonight your daughter is closer than ever to letting the truth finally escape her heart. Her emotions are not just rising, they're overflowing. All day she has been trying to hold herself together, but the weight inside her has grown too heavy to carry alone. She stood in her room, or sat in silence, or stared at a single point for minutes, because her spirit was fighting a battle between, should I say it, and, what if they get hurt? This is the moment her soul prepared you for. Her truth is no longer a whisper, it is pressing against her ribs, begging to be set free. Amen. 2929. And now the emotional puzzle begins to align. Your daughter didn't just witness something, she felt something. A shift. A jolt. A realization that changed the way she looks at herself and the world around her. She discovered a truth that made her question whether she has been living with blind trust or silent fear. Someone she believed in disappointed her in a way she didn't expect. Or she realized that a decision she made is now heavier than she ever imagined. This moment broke her in a place she did not know could break. And the second she felt that emotional crack, she reached instinctively for you in her heart. Because she knows, no matter how strong she pretends to be, your love is the anchor that keeps her from drowning. Amen. 3030. And now, the truth stands inches away from your ears. Your daughter is afraid you'll be shocked. Afraid you won't believe her. Afraid you'll blame yourself for something that was never your fault. But heaven says, this truth is not here to hurt you, it's here to bond you. She needs to know that your love won't fade, won't shift, won't change, no matter what she reveals. She needs to feel your presence before she speaks her heart. She needs to feel that she is safe, protected, understood. Because the next part is where her truth begins to finally take shape. And once she says it, nothing between you will ever be the same, in the best possible way. Amen. 3131. My truth-receiving child. Something huge is waiting for you, and heaven says tonight your daughter is standing at the edge of a confession that has been building inside her for far too long. Her chest is tight, her throat is trembling, and her heart is pulsing with a truth she can no longer silence. She has walked through the entire day feeling like her emotions were overflowing from the inside, yet she forced herself to act normal so no one would notice. But the moment she was alone, her spirit cracked open. She whispered your name in her thoughts, not out of fear, but out of trust. Because tonight, she needs the safety of your heart more than anything. Amen. 3232. The emotional picture sharpens. Your daughter didn't just experience a moment, she experienced a shift in her reality. Something she discovered today made her question her worth, her choices, or her direction. She heard something about herself, or about someone she loves, and it struck her like lightning. She tried to shake it off, but it lingered. She tried to distract herself, but her mind pulled her back. And the more she thought about it, the more her emotions spiraled. She realized she cannot make sense of this alone. She realized she cannot heal from this alone. She realized she cannot carry this alone. Her heart guided her to you because deep inside, she knows. You are the person who will never let her fall, no matter what truth she brings. And heaven confirms. You're about to hear something that explains everything she has been feeling. Amen. 3333. And now, the core of the revelation approaches like a slow, unstoppable wave. Your daughter is afraid, not of the truth itself, but of how deeply it will touch you. She thinks you might be disappointed, or hurt, or overwhelmed. But what she doesn't know is that heaven has already prepared your heart for this moment. What she is holding is not a mistake. It is not a failure. It is not something that will break your bond. It is an emotional truth. A personal realization. A moment that shifted the ground beneath her feet. And she needs you to help her stand again. You are her comfort. You are her strength. You are her healing space. Because in the next part, the truth she has been swallowing, hiding, fearing, and protecting will finally begin to rise to the surface. Prepare your heart. Amen. 3434.